Hello class, welcome to chapter 5, Interactive Statements, presented by Eric and myself, Nefi. In this chapter, we will be talking about a simple loop, for a loop, and a while loop. Let's begin with simple loops. These type of loops are explicit block structure, which means they start with a loop reserved word and end with end loop reserved words. This requires that you manage the loop inside index value and exit criteria, and they are mainly used in situations where easier solutions are not preferable, such solutions being used in for loops. Here we have a guard on entry versus guard on exit. Let's talk about the difference in these two. A guard on entry is when the code is not run until it meets conditions to do so, and the operations inside the loop will run over and over until entry criteria is no longer met. On the other hand, on guard on exit, the code is always run at least once before checking whether or not it meets the conditions to be run again. So here on the right, we have an illustration of the guard on entry loop and the guard exit loop. We can see how different condition is up and interactive step is down on each one to see the difference. Moving on to for loops. These manage a loop index and then exit, which is unlike in a simple loops. There are two types, range for loop and cursor for loop. Let me explain the range for loop. This is best used when start and end points are known, and they can go through contents of array, and table collection by traversing the number of total elements in it. And the range index is usually with the letter I. But this is optional that depends on the developer. Here you can see an example of how the code will run, and how it will start with the for and end with end loop. Now let's end with the while loop. This is an explicit block structure that starts with guard on entry condition. This is gonna make the while loop good for guarding entry to loop and prevents entry if condition does not return a true value. This can also exclude a loop index, and it can continue and continue when it allows skipping logic and removes a need for use of a goto statement. Here at the bottom, we have that illustration with an example of how it's going to run first with the while, and it's going to, depending on the code, if it's true or not false, it's going to execute that and then finish with the end loop statement at the end. Okay, so this is a reference of our resource that we use for this presentation. I hope you guys enjoy and were able to learn more about it for this week. Thank you for watching.